And I remember Prada sneakers a couple years ago. Fire. Bro, I had the green, the silver,
and the orange,
the burgundy, the orange, all of them joints. A couple years later, it was a crime to wear Prada.
Bro.
A crime.
Yeah.
Everybody knows when they start taking relationships seriously. What age was that for you? Because I'm just curious based on the way
You
you
don't have
answer
to
that
answer
question.
that. You could just write it and show it to me.
Why did I not answer? Oh, because of the audience?
I don't know your business, my brother. I think that the beautiful thing about finding yourself is you keep on growing. I don't think that just because we define ourselves as X, we're going to remain X. We're going to keep evolving. We're going to keep being great. We may fail at certain things, but I think that we're going to evolve and to learn.
One of my best friends is not Christian, right? But we best friends. You know what I'm saying? Because he has qualities that's not defined by his religion. You understand what I'm saying? He has qualities that's not defined by where he lives. He's not even black. He's not Caribbean. He's not black. He's not Christian.
You talking about?
Right? You know what I'm talking about. It's one of my best friends.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
We
yeah.
don't even talk every day. But when we do, that's my brother. You know what I'm saying? That man will always have somewhere, you know.
Always
he-
hold that title of bro.
Right. But,
Always, yeah.
yeah. And my thing is, it's because of the quality. So back to your point, and to clarify on my end, it's not really about lifestyle from a standpoint of how you choose to do certain things. No, I'm sorry. Let me say this. It's not what you choose to do with your life, it's how you're going about it. Right? Because you could be, I mean, he's not an atheist, but let's say you don't believe in God, but if you lie, cheat, steal, take advantage of people, all that stuff like it was like, yo, bro, I'm seeing how you're living that life. But if you're not a Christian, but then your safe space, I can come talk to you about anything, right? You genuinely show me you care about me. You're reliable, right? You're displaying that qualities. Then for me, it's like, yo, yeah, we make way different decisions on things.
Yeah.
But when it comes to those qualities, we here. You know what I'm saying?
So now if you have a friend who has, some of the qualities that you're looking for in a friend, but let's say that they may be a cheater, or let's say, they're a liar or a thief or whatever the case may be, do you give that friend grace and allow that friend time to change, or do you now have that difficult conversation with them and, determine whether we're going to continue this friendship or not?
You definitely took the
words out of my mouth, right?
Now, for real, because you have a friend they living on the total opposite side of the law, but they still shows equality that you want. How would you still consider that person a friend? How would you deal with that person? You know,
Yeah.
they're doing wrong all their life, everything that they do. You understand?
So I'm a firm believer that everyone has choices that they have to make, and I will respect everyone's choices, and I will show love and grace to anybody regardless of what choice. And it's not easy. It's something I'm still learning to do. Past me, it was real hard to do that because I'm like, if I don't agree with how you living your life, like, nah, bro, like that ain't it. But for me now, when you come back to some of the qualities, so for example, if you willingly and you feel no remorse about mistreating, cheating, beating, lying to your wife, right? That is the closest person to you in the world, essentially, right? Or that's someone that you're building a life with, right? Now, There's a difference between a struggle.
this one.
Yeah, sit up. Nah. Yeah. Let's go.
I'm gonna sit
Let's
back.
go.
You gonna sit up.
Nah, because here's my thing, right?
Yeah.
Everyone has their struggles. I'm not going to judge nobody on their struggle, right? Because guess what? Your struggle might look different than mine. I ain't perfect. Trust me, I'm not. But in your struggle, are you comfortable with that struggle? Are you satisfied with that struggle? Because what's going to happen is over time, I will unfortunately question how that will translate to me. The old me is like, oh, nah, you just do that with that person. That ain't gonna never hit me. But then what happens when it does? Are you surprised? Are you like, yo, how you could do this? I could never see you do it. But I'm like, but you do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you actually have done this many times already. It just ain't happened to me. So it's one of those things where discernment now comes into play, right? Because if I come to schemes, right? Let's just say I come to schemes and I'm like, honestly, bro, like I'm struggling with something, or he's my friend. So he comes to me like, yo, TJ, yo, honestly, bro, like I see what's going on as far as X, Y, and Z. I'm like, yo, bro, you gotta pay attention to this, bro. You gotta, and I'm like, nah, man, this is me. And I got that kind of arrogance or whatever. And he's generally trying to help because I also want a friend that's going to try to help me. You know what I'm saying? That's me. I'm speaking for me right now. I can't speak for nobody else. So if now he sees something in me that's an opportunity, right, that could impact other people around me, guess what? He's another person around me. So now if I got an arrogance like, yo, that's just me, that's just how I do, and I'm demonstrating certain behaviors to other people that I love, that I care about, that are important to me, but he the exception, why would I think that he gonna be like, nah, that don't apply to me? I'm his friend. That's his mom, that's his father, that's his girl, that's his boyfriend, that's his husband, that's his wife. That's them, but it don't apply to me? That don't make sense.
Nice.
Oh no. Sometimes,
You know what I'm saying?
I think we gonna have different views on this.
You
one.
That's
been
what-
winding
like I said, I'm
up
just
for
speaking from my
a
view.
long
I'm speaking from my
time.
view.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it's like it's complex. I feel what you're saying about y'all living different lives. You know, you have different ways of doing things. And it's just like, yo,
Scheme's about to get
where
serious now.
yeah, yo, he took
He took the mic off.
Oh man.
and it's just like, yo, where do you draw that line? Honestly, that's something that I'm struggling with right now, and I don't have the right answer to it because I defined it what I wanted out of a friend, right? And then you got the people that's like clearly on the right side, meaning they hit a majority of those qualities. Y'all good, whatever. Then you got people on the left side. It's like they don't hit those qualities. So it's clear that like we're not actually friends, right? But then it's the people who,
They tote in the middle.
yeah, they right in the middle. Like you might have one season, like 1 month where, you know, out of nowhere they're showing those qualities, and then the next few months it's like it's not there. Plus they live a different life. Their perspective is just different. They're not like, I don't know. Like I don't have the answer to if you should remain friends with that person or you know what I'm saying, or like do you cut them off, like. And then it could get even more complicated when that person could be like a family member or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just like
But you can't choose family. Family's family.
Yeah, you can't choose family, you know. But it's like you're gonna see them, not all the time, but like I don't know. Those are the gray areas for me. I don't have the answer to that. But that's definitely something that I'm still struggling with. Like, how much of that person's life needs to be aligned with yours versus like, you know, them just doing their own thing.
And I think that's an individual decision. You know what I'm saying? Because it also depends on what you look to get out of your friendships, right? What I look for out of friendships might be different from you. You just might need someone to, you know, talk to from time to time, and that's it.
Yeah.
Right? You know, you might need someone that's like, yo, man, like, I don't gotta talk to you, but when I do, it gotta be consistent for a week period or whatever. Or, you know, even the way that you might need someone to show up, right, might look very different. You might be someone that's good, like, yo, man, just checking in. You good? All right, cool. Boom. That's it. That's all you need. Right? You might need someone's like, yo, man, I'm going through it. All right, bro, talk to me. I'm here to listen. And then you vent, you say what you got to say. They offer you some advice, whatever. It looks different. So I think for me, based on what you're looking to get out of that friendship, coming back to the qualities, if the qualities that they're displaying are counterproductive to the type of friendship you would like to have with that person, then it's like, all right, time to reevaluate. Not judge, but reevaluate the access level. Because I also talked about like trust, right? And it's like, and like I said, this is very controversial to throw out there, but it's like, how can I trust someone that lies to someone that they love willingly? You know what I'm saying? But you not gonna lie to me. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
It is controversial.
It's very controversial.
look,
I know people like that for real.
And I'm not, listen, I'm not here to tell y'all, yo, just cut people off left and right.
No,
But
I know that I could say that, yeah, at the end of the day, yeah, that person loyal to me though. You understand?
this is how I feel.
talk to the people.
That's
This
where it
is
goes.
how
Talk to the people.
I feel.
Yeah.
I may not agree with me, but this is how I feel. I give out selective grace. Now,
Okay.
selective grace may look like, okay, if you're cheating, you're stealing, you're a drug abuser or you're alcoholic, whatever the case may be, I will give you grace. I would try to talk to you, let you know, like, yo, bro, come on, man. You got a wife, you got a family, you got this, you got that. Yo, your life is important. Your life is not your own. I try to talk to you. Certain things I just can't forgive and I just can't talk to you about. For me, those things are, when it comes down to family, especially your children, I cannot be friends with you if you're not taking care of your responsibilities as a father or a mother. I can't. I just can't.
Why not? That's their life, though.
That's their life. But like I said, selective grace for me.
Fair enough.
Now, when it comes down to somebody who may be a cheater or a thief or certain things like that, I think that's time for me to have the difficult conversation with that person, letting them know that, yo, listen, what you're doing here, I don't particularly agree with it. I hope that you would change your behavior. Sometimes you may have to have that one conversation, 2, 3, who knows? But if that's somebody you consider your friend, I think you have to have those difficult conversations.
But look, right? Like I say, all of us friends from small, right? Both of you used to live that player lifestyle. And just because you
Was that
stop. Hey, control yourself.
Easy.
Everything is a
dog.
legend on the
Easy,
pod, you
easy,
know what I mean?
dog.
What am I saying?
Easy.
Just because you stop live that lifestyle and they continue, you're going to judge that person still? You're
I ain't gonna judge.
You're going to have that conversation with that
I'm
person.
gonna
like,
have the conversation, but I ain't gonna judge.
But why? You live that lifestyle, so then don't be biased now.
Nah,
But
I ain't
then
gonna be
why-
biased.
Okay.
I ain't gonna be biased, but I'm gonna have a conversation with you and to open your eyes into something else.
And if they ain't listening to it, they want to
They li-
continue to live that lifestyle.
So that's
you
when we have the
you cut them
difficult.
off?
When we have that difficult conversation, after I tell you, listen, the way you living is wrong.
But why you gonna cut them off though?
I
You
ain't
was
gonna
there.
cut them off just like that.
You was there. You
I
was,
was
there.
there. That's why I said I ain't gonna cut them off just like that. I'm gonna continue to have the conversation. I'm gonna show them grace.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's on my grace. I'm not God. I have limited amount of grace.
Alright, you used to live that lifestyle, cheating, doing whatever, doing dirt, whatever with that person. Both of them right in neck and neck. You come and change, but that person still decide to live that lifestyle.
For me, I'm gonna give that person grace, selective grace. This way, that comes into play. If that person who I consider my friend was living that lifestyle that I no longer live, I'm gonna still give that friend the opportunity and try to present some type of understanding and not try to be non-judgmental. Listen, I live that life with you, but yo, there's an alternative. You know, you could live this, you could try this, you could
Yeah,
do that.
but and he's still in here, you know, because this is how he choose to be as a person. Like he just want to live that lifestyle.
Now,
Whether it's cheating, whether it's living a fast life or whatever the case is, he just want to be there and he comfortable being there.
we could continue to have that difficult conversation. There's gonna also come a point where our lives is gonna be conflicting one another's. At that point, that's when I'm gonna say to you, yo, listen, honestly, this is the direction I'm going. I'm not judging you. I'm not trying to shame you or anything like that. But I can no longer do X,
Don't cup the mic.
and I'm not gonna do X, and I can't be with you while you're doing X.
I
Because
mean,
this is
he
where I
ain't
want to
expecting
go.
you to do those type of things, you know. He understand that you change. He gonna live his life though. You understand? But through all and all, let's still have that same quality. Other qualities are already determined as a friend. That same loyalty, everything. Just that person still decide to live his life how you want to live that life.
You know what? I may not cut that person off. Forget what I said. I may not cut that person off because maybe, hopefully, they see how I'm living, how I change, and they see the fruits from the way that I'm living. Maybe they can expect to change themselves. Maybe they will want to change themselves. That's what I would think.
But what if like 5 years go by? Because what you talking about is leading by example. You get what I'm saying? Like, yo, bro, watching me with my family and all this kind of stuff, and hopefully he does the same thing. But 3, 4, 5 years go by, he's still doing, you know what I mean? He's still doing his thing, fast life, all that kind of stuff. What's your response to it? You gonna answer the phone calls, or do you stop picking up the phone calls?
After a while, you're going to stop picking up the phone calls. You're going to stop hanging out. You're going to stop having the same level of friendship that you once had with that friend.
And you gonna keep picking up the phone call?
Nah, I think realistically, I deal with that person at a distance, depending on how deeply them in to whatever lifestyle they live in. Like, you deal with that person at a distance because as you grow, you move on, you with your family or whatnot. Perfect example. You have a wife. You understand? She gonna look at that friend that's still close to you, like, yo, this person doing exercise here, and you know, or let's say close like that, like, she gonna look at that. No, you had to really, like, you ain't gonna cut your mans off, but you gonna deal with that person at a distance and be like, yo, this really impacting my personal life now. You understand? I still love you, but I don't want to interfere with my personal life to that extent now. You understand?
Yo, funny thing, I had a friend, and my friend said to me, married men can't hang out with single men.
That wasn't me, so even look like
we gonna
Damn,
look.
that's a
We
friend.
gonna
That's
That
a friend.
wasn't me.
That's not
Who
him.
was that?
That wasn't me. We ain't gonna name no
For
name.
me,
Said person.
I took
He was wearing
offense to
an
that.
orange beanie?
Nah, that wasn't me.
Nah.
I never preached that gospel. Don't
Not the
do
man
that.
with the 32 chains. Not that man. Not that man. It's another man, but not that man. For me, I took offense to that because if you consider me a friend the same way I consider you my friend, I will never put you in a situation to harm your relationship with your wife. And you should expect that of me. Don't ever think that I'm going to bring you to the strip club, or don't ever think that, yo, I got these chicks over here and I'm going to bring you with me, knowing to the fact that you're a married man, you're living a different life. So if me and you are friends, just know that I'm going to hold this relationship to a certain standard.
But what if your wife don't mind you going to the strip club?
That's a conversation between them.
Yeah.
That's them, and then they have that conversation with me. But
No,
what do you
your
mean?
wife don't mind you going to the strip club.
I'm the single man in the story.
Oh, you was the single man?
I was the
thought
single
you
man.
was the
That
married
man
man.
is the married man.
Oh. I thought you was the married man.
No.
But hold on. But go ahead, my fault.
Not good.
Nah, I'm gonna piggyback on that point because I think when you say selective grace, I like that term, not from a standpoint of being like the judgment person, but understanding what boundaries and what you're willing to manage, right? I got friends from when I was living in Brooklyn and stuff like that, like street life. You know what I'm saying? Like, as much as I would want to still consider them like close friends, they're not, right? Because the life that they're living, it's so far distant from mine now, where it's like, one, we're already not going to be really seeing each other. And then two, I now have to put myself in a position where if I go somewhere with said person, do I have to worry about gun charge, getting pulled over, getting shot at, getting into altercations, right? And it's like, when we do have conversations outside of going places, what are we going to talk about, right? You still in the streets, you're doing this, you're doing this, you're doing this, I might want to talk about real estate and whatever, and you looking at me like, yo, what you talking about? Like, I don't get that. And then I'm not living the life you live in, so I'm like, ain't nothing to really talk about. All we can do now is just reminisce. But then now it's like, okay, am I afraid of accepting the fact that, hey, I've outgrown that friend? Now, once again, love and grace will still go to that person, but I'm just giving you that title of friend. You like grandfathered into that. But then for me, it's like, I also don't want to have dead weight, right? I got all these people that's my friend because y'all used to be my friend back in the day. So because we ain't got no reason to not be friends, I'm gonna just keep carrying that, right? But then it's like there's nothing, let me not say there's nothing, but where my life is and where your life is, it's just not connected in the same way. But then now there's this dynamic of, because I always used to hear the terms like, oh, you get rich and switch and all this stuff like that. And I always just saw it as like people that forgot where they come from. But for me, it's not even a matter of forgetting where you come from. It's a matter of like, yo, I've outgrown that old environment, but then now I'm being judged for now wanting more, doing different. And now because you're doing that, you can't be my friend, because it's like, if I don't live the life you live, you judging me? You know what I'm saying? But then if my life is also taking me in a different direction than yours, then I don't hate you. We ain't got no beef, but this friendship, this access is now not the same. And it's now at a point where I'm calling you friend because I'm supposed to, but I'm not actually getting nothing from this friendship.
Nah, see,
That can happen. I'm not saying
it can't happen for me, and that goes back into the qualities.
Right.
When you succeed, I feel happy for you. I remember when you purchased your first home. Boy, I was happy for you. I'm gonna get on the phone. Yo, bro, you did it, man. I'm proud of you. Yo, God bless you. Da, 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 da. Now, if you have a friend who is not happy for your success, and they judgmental, they have all type of foolishness to say, that ain't your friend.
Right.
You gotta watch the people that you call your friends. Back to what everyone has been saying. A friend is gonna really share in those moments where you succeed, and when I fail, they're gonna encourage me. Like, yo, bro, keep going. You got this. Don't worry about that.
Watch who
It's all
clap
back
for
with the
you.
qualities.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you got for you?
What?
But
Yeah.
T, what you're speaking to now is like qualities and circumstances. Because earlier you said circumstances didn't matter as much, but the point that Esmo was bringing up is like, yo, the circumstances changed. You live in a clean life. Your friend is in the streets, and but they still have the same qualities as a human being. So it's like it's quality and circumstances, not right. Like, it's
Are
not
you
just-
giving that man grace, brother?
Right.
Brother Drew, you giving that man grace or not? I want to hear from him.
Oh, yeah,
I want to
go
hear.
ahead, Drew, go ahead,
He
Drew.
ain't answer this. What's up?
Am I giving that person grace? I think for me, I work off of more like a clock.
Everybody got their tongue.
Yeah, a clock. You know what I mean? Like, I'll have the difficult conversation. You know, but at some point, it's like, if my day to day is vastly different than your day to day, even if the qualities is the same, I feel like it's not much I could contribute, and there's not much that I could expect from you, because at some point our worlds is gonna overlap. Even if I'm quote unquote like loving you from a distance, whatever, you're doing something that I don't really agree with. That means that I'm susceptible myself to an environment that's like conflicts with what I got going on. You know what I mean? So I give it time, and then after a while, it's just like, yeah, maybe we just gonna be pen pals or some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, I
Just
hear that
text,
word.
you know?
But you know what's crazy? I'm gonna come back to that qualities and proximity piece, because one of the things that I mentioned in terms of quality is safety, right? If you live in a certain type of lifestyle that now makes me unsafe,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If
He was
bullets
like,
are
"I got
shooting at
something
you,
for you."
I ain't safe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You running the streets doing certain things, and me being around that, I no longer feel safe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, that's a quality that I expect. Now, like I said, those are the qualities that I look for, right? And I'm not going to speak on behalf of anybody else, but coming back to the way you live your life and my feeling of safety, knowing what I know now,
Yeah.
right? Experiencing life in general, right? I'm very intentional and mindful of the specific qualities in anyone new that I call a friend, but also reevaluating existing friendships, right? Because I feel like as you grow, you have to continuously reevaluate the connections that you have, right? Some of them will start to become even closer than they already were, which is a good thing. But others may start to have a strain. But then when you have real life happening and priorities and just life in general, how much time do you really have to deal with that dead weight in friendships when, you know, you got your bills due, you got your family, you got your kids, you got your career, you got your own personal dreams and ambitions. Like, you want to do photography, right? You got to invest time, resources, money, energy into that, right? And then you got this friend that's like, all right, they still cool, but then they're so far distant from what you're trying to do and where you're trying to go in life. But it's like, you also have to give to that friendship. Because I don't believe in friendships that, oh yeah, you just my friend, you there, I'm here, and there's no exchange. There has to be exchange. Now, the level of exchange can look very simplistic, right? But in that exchange, for me, there can be periods where, all right, I'm holding you down because that's just what it is. It's going to feel one-sided, but that's okay because it's for this period. And then other periods, I might need you to hold me down, right? And then other periods, you hold each other down, right? Same thing in relationships, right? Sometimes your partner, you got to carry the brunt while they go through. They carry the brunt while you go through, right? But it's reciprocal. If it gets to a point where I'm doing and you're not, right? I'm giving to the friendship and you don't really have anything to give back from the quality standpoint, right? From the safety, from the authenticity. You real as hell, but I don't feel safe around you. You know what I'm saying? You real as hell, but when we talk about loyalty, I'm at a stage now where loyalty has to go past me and you.
Yeah.
Because I can't say, yo, you're trustworthy because you honest with me and you lie to everybody else. That don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you lie to everybody else, but you trustworthy because you don't lie to me? Like, I will question that. And now I'm going to question, why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you able to do that? Right? And if it's something that you're struggling with, then, okay, let me try to help, you out. But if you just gladly wildin' in whatever way, and you like that, at a certain point, I gotta let you go. I love you, and it's all good. We ain't got no beef.
Yeah.
But that access level has to change because it's going to contaminate what I got going on. And I use the word contaminate because contamination can be good and bad. But if I'm around a certain environment, I'm susceptible to a lot of different things, temptations, all types of stuff. And then it's but so much time until,
Yeah, I think it's interesting though because all of us answered that question in different ways to some extent.
Yeah.
But it's all rooted in the first question of like, how are you actually defining friendship?
Yep.
So it's like the right answer is to make sure you going through that exercise with yourself. Like, yo, what do I actually need out of this friendship? Because the wrong answer is when there's a disconnect. Like, yo, I needed this, but this person's not there. You know what I mean? So I think that's interesting.
And the beauty of friendships, sometimes you don't even have to have that difficult conversation with that person. Sometimes life just be lifing, and that person just fall off by the wayside. You don't even have to have that conversation with them about the foolishness. But things happen, man.
Yeah. And I don't think it's about judgment. I don't think it's about seeing yourself better than anybody else. But, when you have purpose, it also impacts people around you. You know what I'm saying? So the space around you has to be one where you can live in your purpose. And as long as the spaces that you're in allows you to grow and be in your purpose, then it doesn't really matter who it is, right? It could be someone living the same life as you or not. But when they start to hinder your ability to live in your purpose, I think that's when it's a problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because now, not only are you doing your thing, but you're doing your thing and affecting my ability to do my thing.
Yeah.
It's okay to outgrow relationships. I keep saying relationships. It's okay. It's okay.
I mean, a friendship is
Listen,
a
friendships
relationship,
are
but I
relationships.
know
That's
what
the
you
first
mean.
type of
That's
relationship
true.
you're going to have.
And I definitely
That's
okay
true.
to do that.
Yeah.
But it's
Definitely.
okay to outgrow a friendship with someone. You could be friends with someone for 5, 10 years, 15 years, and sometimes you just outgrow that person. It's all right. I think some people are just so casually holding on to that friendship, holding on to that relationship, holding on to the old memories of, oh, yo, back in the day, you remember when we did this? Oh, you remember in high school we had these girls? Boy, high school was like 10, 15 years ago. How much time you gonna talk about this? It's all right to outgrow people. I've outgrown friendships. Yeah, I mean, it sucks, but that's life. Sometimes even you may grow into a new friendship with somebody else. It's going to happen. It's all right.
And sometimes those friendships come back around.
Yeah.
Because where you were 5 years ago, you know, and you maybe didn't relate to that person as much. It's like, oh, maybe that person had a kid. Now you as the father, you like, yo, we bonding over diapers. You know what I'm saying? Like, or just fatherhood.
Nah,
or-
that's, yeah.
or even with your situation, you know,
Yeah.
like you might have been married and then this bro's single or had a girl, whatever, but not married. Then you go through the divorce, and then now it's like, all right, it's like back where it used to be because your life changed. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So sometimes they come back around too.
And I think that's super important because grace and selective grace, I think, matters because, you know, and growth and discernment, right? Because to your point, like me and Drew, right? We both went to the same college. Yeah, we're a couple of years apart, but my life trajectory was here. His was there, right? He left New York. I didn't really leave New York. I went to Jersey, right? But then now look how we have a full circle moment now where we reconnect, and now our connection is on a different level because back then I was like the mentor, right? Now it's almost like we're kind of like going through some of very similar, you know, situations and moments where I'm asking him for advice, whereas back then he might be the one coming to me most of the times for advice. But then when you show grace and love to everybody, you can have that circle moment, right? You can outgrow someone and then they catch up, right? Or y'all grow apart and then grow together, right? It doesn't have to be you left them on the wayside. Sometimes life can take you in different directions and you come back full circle. But yeah, man, I think the qualities piece, man, if they have the qualities that align with yours, it's just a matter of time until they come back, right? If they don't have the qualities, but then life happens and then they gain the qualities. Because sometimes stuff happens to you and you wake up. You know what I'm saying? You have that near-death experience, that near whatever experience, and now all of a sudden what your man's been telling you, like, yo, pay attention to this. Now, like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I remember when you was telling me, and now I understand why you kind of had to step away from me, right?
Yeah.
Because I see what you were saying now, and now you're able to have that reconnect moment because you showed that grace. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's a fine line, and I think it's all a journey, man. Like we said, none of us got all the answers, right? We all just got our own experiences, but it's about learning and growing and figuring out purpose.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. So to close, how will we?
This man love being a
I
closer.
was about to ask, like, what's the
How will
takeaway?
we?
You know what I mean?
For
I'm
me,
gonna use my same closing statement every single episode, but go ahead.
for me to
AI,
close.
shit.
For me to close, if I had to, for the viewers out there, young and old, you need to be able to define what a friend means to you. We listed certain qualities that we look for in a friend. You got to determine what qualities you look for in a friend. You got to be able to also have those difficult conversations with your friend and also be understanding that sometimes life is going to take you in different directions.
Yeah.
Sometimes you may be able to speak with that friend on a regular basis. Sometimes it probably be just a monthly check-in. That's okay. Also understand that there's gonna be friends where you're gonna outgrow. There's gonna be friends that are dead weight. Understand all these different things. Hopefully you're able to take everything that we're saying and apply it to your own life, apply it to your friendships, and move accordingly.
Yeah, and it's gonna feel uncomfortable. Because I remember being in situations where it's just like, damn, I kind of gotta step to the side, whether it's because I'm working on a goal that they not working on, or we just don't see eye to eye. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes they're not harmful necessarily, like super harmful to what I'm doing. It's just that like I need to be in an isolated space. You know what I mean? So, but then like you said, the people could come back around and just accept the situation for what it is. But it's important to just evaluate where you are and what you need. Where you are, what you need.
And
And I'm
that
gonna
is
say
it.
my line. I'm gonna say my line because that's what I'm gonna do.
And that is it.
Nah. Hold on. Without purpose, vision, you're just a blind man with a map and directions, but no destination. All right, till next time.
That is it.
Till next time.
It's a wrap.